Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to do a quick video today about the problems I'm having with my bloody garage door. It's driving me crazy, but I will show you it in a minute. Oh, before I tell you about that, apparently this is the season for romance scams. A friend of mine sent me a text this morning saying, Willie, just remember, this is the season for romance scams. Why are you telling me that? Maybe it's to tell you lot. If you lot are talking to someone online, which is fine, just make sure they are who they say they are. I had a friend, or I've still got a friend, it's not Rob, and he was on a dating website and he met this woman and they were talking for ages and they exchanged numbers, but she refused to speak to him until she got to know him better. Okay, I kind of get that, maybe. But he said to her, can you send me a photograph of you at least? Because her profile picture was of a dog or something, or of a flower. I don't know. It wasn't her anyway. So she sent a picture, and the picture she sent was of the actress Cameron Diaz. This is true. And my friend texted her back and said, but he just sent me a picture of Cameron Diaz. And she said, yeah, a lot of people say I look like her. Oh, that is a big... That's a big red flag as far as I'm concerned. And I have a feeling that her name was probably Alan, and he probably lived with his mum in her attic. I don't think that was a genuine. He never met her. So anyway, so be careful out there. And if they are asking for money, don't do it. Right, guys. Before I talk to you about the garage door, there's something else as well, which is equally as depressing. And that's it's kind of to do with abuse, but I'm over abuse. It doesn't bother me. But what bothers me a little bit is when I get it on my emails. Now, I blocked someone about 5 weeks ago because he was really abusive. I didn't comment. I just blocked him. That's what I do. I don't bother to interact with these muppets. I just block them. Unfortunately, I didn't really think that he would bother, but he has emailed me abusive emails, sometimes twice, every single time I've done a video since. So I don't know what I've done, maybe 10, 12, 14 videos. And he sent me an email. And I don't open them now, I just delete them. And it's fine, you know I opened myself up to YouTube, and I was stupid to put my email, well, I don't think I was stupid to put my email address up. I think I was naive. I put it up originally because I was getting photographs from you guys to put on my wall, and that was incredible. It was really cool. I loved it. But not thinking it through fully, I put my own personal email address. I don't have any other email account. That's the only one. And it has made me feel a little bit anxious or a bit sort of unsettled about having my email address out there. So I'm thinking that I'm going to cancel that email address, even though my friend said I can block the guy who's sending me these emails. I didn't realise you could do that. So I've been just deleting these. I read a couple of them. I mean, the guy is just, got issues. But apparently I can block him. But it's kind of left me a little bit like, do I really want my personal email address out for the world to see? And I know it's my own fault, I understand that, but it was me being naive. So I'm probably going to shut that email address down soon, but you can continue emailing me on that email address until I tell you otherwise. And then I'll probably have a YouTube email address just for YouTube. I think that's what I'll probably do. It's a shame because I get lots of emails. I probably get a lot more emails of other YouTube channels of my size, which is great. I love it. So I think once I got 55 on one video, I got 55 emails, and I do reply to them all. Sometimes it takes me a while, but I do reply because that's the reason I do YouTube, because of the interaction, as I said to you. So emails, comments, the lives, I'll come on to that in a minute. They're the main reasons I do YouTube now. That's where I found I get most enjoyment out of it, and I think you guys like it. And yeah, so it's a shame, but I will rectify it. It just might take a while. So there will be a time when my email address isn't in the description, and I've started already taking it off of the last 15 videos or so. But I will get another email up, but it might be a while. So yeah, right guys, let's talk about My bloody garage door. So I came home the other night after going out on Teddy for a couple of hours, and opened the garage door, tried to put the door down. It's an up and over door. I'll show it to you in a minute. And it was totally jammed. I spent an hour and a half out there and I couldn't move it. I didn't want to force it because I was worried that I was going to break it. But the longer it went on and the darker it was getting, I was starting to panic because I was thinking, I can't leave my garage door open all night. For one, I don't think my bikes would be insured. I think that would be invalid if the garage door was open. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't pay out if the bikes got stolen. Two, I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I'd probably had to sit in the garage with a baseball bat. But mind you, I'm in Suffolk now. What's going to happen? But it was a worry, and there was no way I could go to bed with the garage door open. But it was absolutely jammed, solid, absolutely solid. So I kind of looked into it. There's springs on each side of the garage door, and I noticed that one of the wires, and I don't know what it was attached to, but it had got completely tangled up in this spring. Don't know how it's happened. And I thought the only way I'm going to be able to shut this door is to cut that wire, and there's one each side. So I cut the first one, and literally the garage door went like that. So I went over to the other side, and stupidly, I thought the garage door was going to be really light for some reason, because I'm not that bright. So I cut the other one, and it literally came crashing down on my head, and I mean really hard. That garage door is so heavy, and it's shut now. It shuts fine, but you cannot open that door for love nor money. I mean, you can, it just takes, there is no assistance when you're lifting the door up. You have to, it's literally the weight of the garage door, and when it's up, it won't stay up. It's awful when that happens. So I've got two wooden posts that I put either side to keep the garage door open when I'm getting a bike out, which isn't ideal. I know that, and I do panic a little bit when I'm taking the bike out that it's suddenly going to come crashing down, because it literally came down with such force and literally cracked me right on the head. Yes, so I've got a door now. Pretty much you can't break in unless there's two of you, because it is such hard work opening the door and then propping it up with the posts. Well, it's a faff. So if I hide the posts every night, you can't get into my garage. I can't get out of it, but that's beside the point. So I need to get it replaced or repaired. I could do without the expenditure of a new garage door. I'm not having a moan here, and I know how sales works and stuff like that. But when you go onto the internet and you look for new garage door, and you'll find loads which says from £795 fitted. I've phoned probably 7 companies. The cheapest fitted I've got is £1,400. That's inclusive of VAT. There is nothing to have it fitted under £1,000 or under £1,200, under £1,300. I mean, it is not cheap. Now, I know it's something that has to be done, but a friend of mine mentioned that maybe it could be repaired, and maybe it could. I might do that and then get it replaced in the summer. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let me take you to the garage and I'll show you. Oh, let's talk about a couple of comments that I had. A couple of you said, get rid of that nose cone because it really is affecting you. And it's really weird. When I did the video the other day outside the muddy field where that body's buried, I noticed that too. I noticed that they did look very different in colour. Whereas when the sun's out, it seems to match better. But you're right, the colour was very noticeable. And I am contemplating removing this nose cone. I know it's the wrong colour, and it's for the different green Kawasaki that they do, the Z900 RS. They do it in a slightly different green. I might take it off because it does affect me a little bit. Yeah, I spent a few hours cleaning him. He's back to his gleaming best, and I don't think I'll take him out until the roads are definitely drier, because there's a lot of sort of standing water still around the lanes that I ride, and he just gets absolutely caked. He really does, but it was a joy taking him out. Whereas Teddy, I can ride Teddy in any weather. I went out to see a friend yesterday who's moved locally, I feel responsible for him moving to Suffolk because I was the one who got him into it. He's bought an absolutely incredible house in an acre of land, and I went over to see him yesterday on Teddy, and yeah, he behaved impeccably. Honestly, around the country lanes, he's just a joy, a real joy. But yes, so let's talk about the bloody garage door, as I keep referring to it. So those are the wooden posts. There's one there, and there's one on the other side that I used now to prop the door up with. Honestly, let me just shrink this a little bit. It's still locked, and I can still unlock it. But if I try to open this door, you have to get the other side to lift it, and it is so heavy, so heavy. And it was to do with the springs. I don't know where the springs are. I think they're down the bottom. But if I let go of this now, you will see what I mean. That's what it's like. Had to text my neighbour and apologise for the banging that was going on. Not in a good way. So yeah, that needs repairing or replacing. And I would like doors that open out, really. I think that would be ideal. I'd love that. But we'll see. In the interim, it needs to be repaired, if not replaced. Yep, so that's it, guys. Bit of a nightmare, but these things happen, I know. And I was going to replace the door anyway. I feel like spring is on its way. The birds are chucking all the moss onto the floor from the roof. And then we're going to get on to flattening this area out to build a little craft room for my other half. Can't wait, guys. So 7 o'clock Sunday, we're doing a live. I'm going to have a guest, I think. It's the man with no name. The man with no name is going to be here working on Teddy. He'll be in disguise because I think he's still wanted by Interpol. Something to do with a goat when he went to Italy last year. I'm not sure what. But anyway, he'll be here. It's so wrong that I make myself laugh. He'll be here on Sunday, but he'll be in disguise. So yeah, hopefully you can come, guys, because that's what I love about my YouTube channel, is the lives and the comments and the emails. So yeah, see you at 7 o'clock on Sunday, if not before. Ride safe, guys.